Welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is Into the Weekend with BetDSI, the call we do every Thursday with Brent, the headlines manager at BetDSI, where we take a look at some of the betting action that he's seen over the past week, the sharp action, the public action, and the sharp public splits. And he tells us which sides are probably going to be big decision games for him. Brent, thanks for being here once again.
Good to be with you, Peter.
Okay, right now we're going to take a look at college football, Week 14. It's the last regular season week of the season. Not that many games, but a lot of big ones. First of all, Alabama, Georgia, of course. Is that just a huge volume game?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down this game. I wrote down as a monster volume game. There's a couple of games where we have big volume, some where we have huge volume. This is just a monster game. We've had a ton of money on both sides of this game. The count favors Alabama, and the money slightly favors them, but we had a lot of sharp money on Georgia plus 7.5. We're still at Alabama minus 7.5 simply because we had so much money on Bama, but not as sharp money. We've had a couple of real sharp guys all over Georgia on this one, Peter.
Wow. Did you have any sharps take Alabama when they were at minus 7?
Not much, no. The only thing we've seen so far is just a lot of people with parlays who are buying Alabama down to 6.5, taking them below the 7. So an Alabama by 7 probably wouldn't be good for us, but we didn't get too hurt much at all with Alabama at 7. Like I said, all those sharp money so far is on Georgia plus 7.5, and as long as it doesn't land, we'll be all right.
Wow, sounds like it's a pretty stark, sharp public split there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the volume has been fantastic for us, which is great. We're really in a situation where we can't lose unless it lands.
Okay, and then another big game this week, UCLA-Stanford. Of course, it's a rematch of last week's game, so it's you're wondering how the public will react to it, where Stanford got the blowout. Also wondering how the sharps are reacting. Are the sharps taking UCLA here?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of sharp money on UCLA, plus the 7.5 and plus 8 where we are right now. Not a ton of sharp money so much on this game. We do have a count of about 2-1 in favor of Stanford. Of course, you'd expect maybe the public to tail Stanford because they did win last week. But the money is about even on this one. The only sharp money I did see was UCLA plus 8. That's the only sharp stuff I've had, but it wasn't overwhelming enough to move the line.
Okay, and then the Big Ten championship game, Nebraska and Wisconsin. And I've heard some rumblings and rumors that maybe Nebraska's a sharp side here at minus 3.
What you heard is true. Yeah, actually, the sharp money I got on Nebraska was minus 2.5. That's where the sharp stuff came in. The count still slightly favors Nebraska, and the money favors them a little bit, but most of that was at 2.5. Since we've been at 3, pretty much balanced on this one, Peter.
Okay, and the sharps haven't come in Wisconsin plus 3.5, have they?
No, not at all. The only sharp money on this one was Nebraska minus 2.5. This is a game where we've got a ton of volume as well. This is a really big game. Now, Alabama, Georgia, by far is the highest bet game so far this week, but Nebraska to Wisconsin is right behind it.
Okay, and now let's move on to the rest of the college football Week 14 card. Are there any other sides and or totals that have gotten notable action?
Well, a real monster game this week is Texas at Kansas State. That's one of those games where it's just a real stark sharp and public split. Sharps are all over Texas, but it's just so much public money on Kansas State. And remember, there's a lot of public money who bet big. I mean, you're talking guys who bet 5,000, 10,000 on a game like Kansas State, and not necessarily be sharp, but they still have the money. And, just because they're not sharp doesn't mean they have the money to bet. So our count is about 4-1 in favor of Kansas State. The dollar volume is only, just about 1.5 times in favor of Kansas State, which gives you an idea. Count 4-1, money's only 1.5 times. It's just all sharp money on Texas. I've had it at plus 11.5, plus 10.5. And where we are right now, and plus 11 as well on Texas. So just all sharp money on Texas there. And we actually have some sharp money on the under. Now, sharp money on this total came in under 65.5. We're sitting at 63.5 right now, but probably still some value there.
Okay, and is there any other notable action on the college football card?
Yeah, no, I got a few more for you. With Central Florida and Tulsa going at it, we got sharp money on Tulsa. That game opened up at a pick. They grabbed that right away. They even laid the -2 with Tulsa. We're sitting at 2.5 right now, which isn't a big deal in terms of a move. Maybe seeing if Sharp's going to come in and buy Central Florida +3, but they haven't at all. Our count is about 2-1 in favor of Tulsa. The money's about 4-1 there, so a lot of public and sharp money though on Tulsa, so that's kind of a bad spot for us. I have a feeling we might have to go to 3 on that game to get anything back the other way. And another one is the Oklahoma-TCU game. That's a really heavily bet game as well. The count is all in favor of Oklahoma. The money's in favor of Oklahoma. But where we saw sharp action so far was on the under. That was under 60 where it came in, and we're only sitting at 59.5 right now.
All right, thanks once again for all this great info, Brent. Now let's move on to NFL Week 13.